Okay, part two, I need to do my report really fast, okay? So in the last 20 minutes, I went in there. And when I went in there, the TV was turned on within 1 minute. And it turned up so loud, it's mind-boggling. It is so loud. By the time the 1 minute, it goes and goes and goes, and they're just playing with that TV up there. It's the male ISIS psychotic terrorist from 1509 who's up there now, blasting the TV precisely 1 minute after I enter. And I was in there for about 4 minutes, and it stayed blasting until I left. And you can see the door is tightly closed. These are my green light orders, okay? And have that light the fuck off. Everything off in here. Okay, so the mail is still trying to do an insurrection to free Donald Trump, okay? Today's another day, and you can tell with all the screaming sirens, all right? It's appalling that they've screamed past the terrorist cell, but not when you know that it's their terrorist cell, and they think they're in an insurrection. I am to report to you that this insurrection the police are in with this mail upstairs has failed. They're not going to be able to use these weapons that Trump stole and everybody stole, and you're going to have to get it from proper military officials. But there's all sorts of stolen equipment in here. And that's been here since the day I moved in. I just didn't know. And their plan was to execute people, and I was one of them. I can't believe I answered the ad. They must have thought Satan, because they're Satan worshipers here, they must have thought Satan blessed them. But I was so poor, because nobody would give me a job. My country was in the middle of a revolt, and it never worked out for them. Okay? What happens in the United States is death and destruction, and I am one of them, have to exterminate tens of millions of Americans. The women need their head checked. There's no helping them. The men have primarily anal sex, and they're cutting all the little boys' balls off. And the doctors with degrees are signing the clearance to castrate small young boys. Life as you know it in the United States is over. You're not going to have plastic. You're not going to have fossil fuels. We had to do it. Okay? They're not going to be persecuting Jewish. They're not going to be persecuting black people. They are in my 40% population. There's not going to be Islam or gangster chasing no black people around or no Jewish people around. They're not going to be persecuting brown people, Asian, Latin, any of them, so that they think after long enough they have to join with the white man in order to have any value at all on the earth. So they can have food. You have food. Food and medicine are a given to you here. You don't have your Constitution and you don't have your Bill of Rights, okay? Life as you know it is over. This house is filled with dead corpses. What Trump's 1509 S Street Northwest with Putin, what that got him, Donald Trump, Putin, and William Murray upstairs, what it got them was a house filled with corpses. That's all I report. Yes, I have thought I was going to die in here so many times. I've never heard of, maybe there has been, I can't say there hasn't been, but I've never heard of somebody wondering if they were going to live so much. But I can't say that because hostages are all just like me. You wonder every day if you're going to die until you're rescued. Today was another one. The reason is, I know I pivoted, I'm glad I remembered. The reason is because this very evil military is ever present right now. They want to take this William Murray out. They want to take these cops out, like I just said, and all these other people that lead to them. I don't understand this very well, okay? I don't think I do. And for me to try to piece it together for you, I don't think is what God would want me to do. I'm just going to tell you the facts of what I know is happening around here. Part of why it's so dangerous and I am in fear of my life and cannot leave my room again while this man is in a house with every floor filled with dead corpses. It is so fucking horrid out there. And he's blasting his TV and he's plotting with the cops to come kick my door in one way or another. As long as this is going on, this really evil military is very ever present. And that is why I am trapped in my room. That is why it is so dangerous. That is why I thought I might not live today. Okay? I've had times where they lit this house with so many chemical bombs and all these Latin dudes were next door that I wasn't allowed to talk about. I'll never forget it. And I can say it. The special ops were hovering with helicopters. Look, ask me about it. I'll never forget it. Never. I almost died that day. I almost got blown up. Okay, this has been going on a long time here. So the good guys are about to strike, and Biden, Trump, these fraudulent presidents who have no legal power of presidency, they started a war in their backyard. What they got was a house 6 blocks down, engulfed all the time with dead bodies, and terrorists who lead to them and everyone else encamped, refusing to leave. Kicking and kicking and kicking doors down on live Instagram. Like Waco, Wacko, Texas compound terrorist. Okay? I'm glad I got my report done in 2 sections. So now I'm back in here. You can see, door closed, lights off, because we have a terrorist up there and I have no idea what the good guys are doing, okay? But all I can report to you is this house is around the clock piled up with dead fucking corpses. All right, buy your pet food. Get ready to have a different lifestyle. No more plastics, no more fossil fuels. You don't fucking need this stuff. All right, get ready to, have to survive and live through the traumatic experience of tens of millions of Americans that were persecuting you. If you're one of the good Americans, they denied you jobs. They threaten your life. All right, get ready to see them be removed from our country's sovereign territory and get ready to see total destruction of major cities. All right? That's what these kind of lunatic people brought to our country. That's why they are a national security threat. You can't have that many people that willing to attack the Constitution, attack military members, and attack the police. The attacking the police, who were the good guys, there was really nice, wonderful people on the police force. But at the same time, and I can speak for this, my degree and everything about me, at the same time, there was this KKK that had never left the police force and that was embedded in the fire departments. Everybody knew that about the Irish mob and the fire departments, especially if you're on the East Coast and you're a good person, a good American, which is, I doubt you're really on the East Coast. If you're a good American, you're either somewhere in Florida hiding from the Trump maniacs or you're way up Northeast Coast because you'd be pushed out. You were not going to find any way to coexist. In Boston, no, not at all. Or New York City. No, you're going to be terrified and for your right mind, sound of mind. You're going to have moved after these 6 years. I couldn't put money down on that. But if there's any good people on the East Coast, you know about how bad it's been with the Irish mob and the fire department. So these type of individuals are what's running this terrorist cell. Okay? But there was really wonderful human beings in the police departments, okay? Through the years and all that. And they all got out. So what we're dealing with right now is a metastasized, nationwide crisis that was constructed and planned, organized to use the police, law enforcement, it's a lot of federal agents, as a ground force to have an insurrection nationwide. And that's what's happening right now. We are in the midst of an insurrection. But this insurrection is a failed one. I would never, I'm going to close with this, I would never bring submarine equipment from any communist nation into my house and think I was going to survive that. Okay, bye.